So I'm sitting here with this Glock 19. It's a great gun, but it's worthless for concealed carry if you don't have the correct Glock 19 holster. There's no such thing as a holster that'll work for everyone. Over the years, we've learned from customer feedback what makes a great holster for both appendix carry and behind the hip carry. A comfortable Glock 19 holster is going to be rounded so it's comfortable against the body. Most Glock 19 holsters aren't rounded and they have sharp and pointy edges. I was testing out this one holster when I was going to Chick-fil-A to get a milkshake. I was doing 72 miles an hour driving down the interstate in rush hour when all of a sudden this extreme pain hit my leg. There was no way I could safely stop and get the holster off, so I just had to deal with the pain until I arrived at Chick-fil-A. This is why it's very important to have a holster that's comfortable to wear when you're sitting down. I've had holsters where I can't do simple tasks such as bend down to tie my shoes or grab something without extreme pain. The way we've rounded this Glock 19 holster, you can bend over and grab something or tie your shoes, and you're gonna know it's there, but you're not gonna feel pain. Clint Smith said carrying a gun isn't supposed to be comfortable, it's supposed to be comforting. But that doesn't mean that your Glock 19 holster has to be uncomfortable. The second concealed carry holster I ever bought had the option for you to choose a fixed ride height and cant. The problem was at that time I didn't know what would be the right fixed ride height and cant for myself and the gun. That's why our Infiltrator has slots built into the holster that allow you to adjust the ride height by 3/4 of an inch and adjust the cant by 30 degrees. That 30 degrees of adjustable cant really comes in handy when you're trying to conceal the gun behind the hip. We ship the holster without the clip mounted, so it's easy for you to find the right adjustment point for you. This is a holster that's going to take adjustment, and if you're not willing to put in the time, then it's not the right holster for you. A couple Glock 19 holsters these days do have limited adjustment, but they use round hardware that gets easily stuck. I've spent hours and hours trying to get hardware unstuck. Unless you have an angled screwdriver, which most of us don't have, it can be impossible. It's even really hard if you do have the right tools. We used to get a lot of emails about this, so we listened to that customer feedback and we started using square nuts that index inside channels inside the holster so that the nuts don't rotate when you're tightening or loosening the hardware on the holster. It makes things simple and easy to adjust. When I first started carrying concealed, it was very tough for me to conceal the firearm because I didn't know how to pick the right holster and gear. After doing some research, I found these devices called wings. A wing is a device that sits on a holster and uses the force from the belt or the waistband to push the grip of the gun close to your body. They're most commonly used for appendix carry. When we started selling holsters, we did like every other company out there and we sold generic bolt-on wings with our holsters. Customers started emailing us and they were having trouble getting the holsters on and off because the wings would snag, and they were also having issues with discomfort. We listened to our customers' feedback and designed a built-in wing that was snag-free, so it was easy to get the holster on and off, and it was also much more comfortable, especially at appendix carry, because it made the holster narrower and gave you more lateral adjustment, finding the right place to put the holster on your body. Like all things, the built-in wings aren't perfect. One of the downsides is if you're carrying behind the hip, it does feel a little bit bulkier than other options, but it does a great job of keeping the gun concealed. If you don't need that level of concealment, then maybe this isn't the right holster for you. A couple of years ago, we had a detective reach out to us that did undercover work. He had previously been using a holster from a big name manufacturer that uses a metal clip. This holster was coming out with the gun when he was drawing because he didn't have the ability to wear a belt when he was undercover. Discreet Carry Concepts did a fantastic job designing the best clips on the market, so that's what we use with our Glock 19 holsters. They're so secure they work with and without a belt. The one downside though is they can be rough on clothing and low quality concealed carry belts. But they're the only true secure option out there, minus soft loops. You can buy the holster in the link below so you can take charge and carry with confidence.